Hello, I am in Montenegro and the city is Kotor, and today I will be hiking to Saint John Fortress, and it is also known as Castle of San Giovanni. So let's go. I'm in Kotor city in Montenegro, and I'm hiking all the way up on these mountains to see castles. Another name for Saint John Fortress is Sveti Ivan Fortress. They were there before Roman and Greeks. First fortifications were built on almost vertical cliffs above Kotor during Illyrian times. The current walls go back to 15th century when Venetians updated Kotor's defense. The fortress is named after the mountain, the fortress of Sveti Ivan or Saint John Fortress. So I have come from that bridge and then turn right, and then that small bridge, cross that and then follow that path, and there's another bridge down there, and up to here there's a zigzag road coming up. I am hiking to the fortress through this mountain, and this path is called Ladder of Kotor, and this is the name of this hiking path because its steepness, and it has 70 switchbacks. The fortress is more about a wall of protection than a place of safety. The fortress is a shield to protect from having advancing forces move further inland. The line was breached by a number of forces. The city gates and the walls are another first line of defense, and the third line of defense is mountain close by. The natural mountain barrier make advancing past that point difficult along with any human resistance. I also came across the abandoned church from old times. This small Catholic church is more than 1,000 years old. It is maintained by a local gentleman named Francis. He took a small inheritance and bought this land behind the fortress to maintain and protect it so people could see the heritage and history of the area. A gracious fellow, he is open for a chat and happy to take a picture if he can do it with his shovel in his hand. He values work highly. I hike up through ladder of the Kotor, that zigzag hiking path, and now I come up to this secret passage, a small window which will let me into the wall of the city fortress, and this spot is a north side that allow passage through to the wall of the city. This is other side of the secret passage. For centuries past and through today, this is prime real estate, both a highly defensible and extremely desirable location in the Mediterranean. Armies have been fighting for this area as far back as the Illyrian era in the 4th century. Today look begin to take shape in the later 1400 with the Venetian and Ottoman Turks taking turns defending the opposite sides a few times. The Austrians were the last to man the fortress as a defense position after their defeat in World War One. Other world stage events here include the Axis forces taking control of the area during World War Two. At flag level of the Kotor fortress you are also even with the peaks across the fjord. This provides great photo opportunities in a place where the light and color change quickly because of the tall mountains altering the sun's lighting in the Bay of Kotor. The best way to see Kotor is from the top by climbing up the city walls. The continuous views of red rooftops set against the backdrop of mountains with cliffs dropping into shimmering blue-green waters must be seen to be believed. It is a lot of hard work, but the panoramic views are certainly worth it. The hike to St. John Fortress consists of 1,350 odd stone steps, and it takes about 2 to 2.5 hours. All of the fortress is freestanding until it tucks naturally into the mountain, cut from the surrounding rock and masterfully built. It looks like it has been here since the beginning of time, like it is part of the mountain. Right, now I am on my way back coming down from from the top of the fortress, from the city walls. I'm coming down, and there's a very steep, narrow path which is leading me down all the way down to the old town, and the fortress is sits roughly 250 meters or 820 feet above sea level. Also, bear in mind the entrance fee to the fortress is €8. As I did not pay €8 because I followed the north path and I followed the zigzag road from the north of the fortress, and I hiked up all the way up to the fortress, and I found the window to get into the fortress, and from there, once you get in, there is nothing to pay. The fees only has to pay at the entrance, and when you exit in the fortress, you don't have to show any ticket or anything. When you coming down, trail consists of basically a stone stairway all the way down. It is quite narrow in parts, especially in the beginning, and there is no way two people can pass each other. One will have to step aside on the rocky, gravelly path running parallel. The Kotor fortress and church on the side of the mountain are beautiful looking up or looking down from above at the Bay of Kotor and surrounding mountains. Enjoy it as a hike. Go part way for some great pictures or enjoy the whole thing from below. The Church of Our Lady of Remedy is a Roman Catholic church located in Kotor. The church is perched on the slope of the St. John Mountain. The Church of Our Lady of Remedy dates from 1518. The church can only be reached on foot. The rocks and the stairs that lead to the structures on the slope makes this difficult and a time-consuming place to reach. Many tourists and local citizens visit the church daily. It can be seen from a long distance. The oldest known building in Montenegro, dating from the 6th century, based on archaeological evidence, has been found under the Church of Our Lady of Remedy. As early Christian basilica, it is located close to the main city gate in the old town of Kotor. This is the end of my hiking trip to fortress in Kotor, Montenegro.